between meals. One time you eat between meals, fruit, cake, and so on, for a different reason. There's a din that a person should make 100 brachos every day. The Gemara says a person should say 100 brachos a day. This is not a problem in the weekdays because the Shemona Esrei alone is 19 brachos. So 3 times Shemona Esrei is 57 brachos right there. 43 more brachos is very simple. Plus you have 3 times benching, that's another 12 brachos. The brachos in the morning is very easily accomplished. Now on Shabbos, you're missing all those brachos. On Shabbos you have 7 brachos instead of... Nice, for the second to the last, and so on. So the mem becomes a yud, and the hey, mem hey, the mem becomes yud, the hey becomes tzadik. Yud tzadik, 10 and 90 is 100. We see that this is begematria 100, plus many other reasons brought, but for that posek we learn that a person should make 100 brachos on Shabbos. In this way he receives in return the brachos of heaven, and he should be zeichet to fulfill these halachas, these brachos, to receive brachos Hashem, the bracha for the gula shleim and the amen. On Shabbos, on Shabbos Kodesh, it is customary after the Suda, after eating the afternoon, for some people, many people, most people to take a Shabbos nap. You go to sleep Shabbos afternoon, and this is one of the pleasures, ta'anugim of Shabbos. Food, the meal of Shabbos, the spice of Shabbos, the sleep of Shabbos is one of the deep pleasures where no other sleep compares to it. A person who does that should never say, I'm going to sleep because I want to be rested up for tonight. I want to be free for tonight to be able to do work. To sleep for the sake of the weekdays, Chas Shalom is preparing for Shabbos for the weekdays. It's permissible for the sake of the Shabbos Kodesh itself as a time. Therefore, the Shetavus of Shabbos is brought Shena of the Shabbos Tainug. Shena means sleep. It's a special Tainug on Shabbos to sleep. At the same time, there's also the word Shena has 2 meanings. Shena means to learn. Shinantam. So this word Shena, this mitzvah, could be done in 2 ways. Either to sleep in hours of Shabbos or to learn during these hours of Shabbos. This means that a person, what happens is that a person at a certain time in his life, in his youth or later on, begins to sleep on Shabbos afternoon and he becomes addicted to it. This is an addiction it's very difficult to break away from. It's very good if a person could avoid, as much as this is a tiny better if a person can avoid becoming addicted to this, because learning on Shabbos afternoon, a person can feel the same deep satisfaction, pleasure, real deep down pleasure in learning as another person could feel in sleeping. Of course, he can accomplish much, much more. Unless he can go to sleep and learn while he's asleep, subconsciously, the Neshama should go to heaven. Aside from that, of course, there aren't people today who can do that. Actually, the best thing is a person who can avoid it and to spend more time learning. Of course, the mitzvah of learning on Shabbos afternoon is so great. Medrash says that Hashem said to Moshe Rabbeinu, go and teach the Jews that they should get together on Shabbos in groups. Chavrayas, chavrusas, whole kehilas should get together and make up groups to learn on Shabbos. A special mitzvah of learning on Shabbos. There's mitzvah of learning Torah every day, but Shabbos has a specific mitzvah. Get these groups together, that one group should learn Gemara, the next should learn Mishnayos, the next should group of Tillim if they can't learn, or Chumash. But each one of these groups on Shabbos is a special cover to learn. This is a special, separate mitzvah. The Yerushalmi says, in addition, that one of the reasons that Hashem gave Shabbos to the Jews as a special gift was for the sake of learning Torah. Because 6 days a person works, during those 6 days, most people are very much occupied and absorbed in their work. They cannot find time to really sit down, relax, concentrate on the study of Torah. They haven't got time, they have an excuse to learn Torah the Kniyas. That means to set aside a special time. Shabbos and Yom Tov, when they are free from their work, when they haven't got their minds on their work and worry about it, they have the time, then they could spend time to study Torah as they should. Therefore, especially those people who work during the week, they are not b'nei Torah, they're not b'nei yeshiva, they don't learn in yeshiva all day, all week. Those people are especially required, they are obligated to see that Shabbos should be spent in a study of Torah. Those who spend all week in learning could spend time on Shabbos sleeping too, a little more. More or less, of course, the better off too in learning. But those who work all week are required to see that they spend time on Shabbos learning, each one according to his ability. Whatever type of learning he can do, that he should do. Each one should see to it that Shabbos should be spent on learning. If a person does that, will find there's a deep feeling of satisfaction and understanding of Torah that you find on Shabbos and you don't find during the week. It's a special item of pleasure. Torah itself, of course, is some chalev. But the Torah of the learning Torah on Shabbos is something out of the ordinary, exclusively for the sake of Shabbos. The person should know that the purpose of Shabbos Kodesh, what he should do on Shabbos, set aside this time for learning, concentrate on it. That's chus, he's fulfilling really the mitzvah of Shabbos Kodesh, Chetzel Hashem. We should be zecher to learn Torah all Yamei Chayenu, especially on Shabbos Kodesh, Frat, Kadesh, Shabbos Kodesh, and thereby zecher to see the Shabbos Rosenfeld. Yes, go, take it, hang on a minute. Shabbos, we spoke about the topic of Sheda b'Shabbos Tainik. That especially on Shabbos, sleep is a special Tainik. And therefore, there are some who devote a lot of Shabbos towards sleep. This is their pleasure. As we said, the person who works all week is supposed to devote the time for Shabbos, is free from work, devote that time to make up for lost time of the week when he doesn't have a chance to learn that many hours. But if Talmud Chacham, Rav of Nosson, he may sleep a little on Shabbos. This says, it's actually a din of Shulchan Aruch which said that the custom, the minhag is that on Shabbos we do not get up as early as during the week. During the week it's customary to get up early, customary. You see how important it is to get up early in the morning. Not to sleep late during the week. Shena shel shachris, morning sleep, the Gemara says, is very bad. Very bad to sleep late in the morning for many reasons. Of course, the pshat, another pshat is Shilat Kodesh Taijus Shena shel shachris. The years of a person's life are divided into black and white, which means the youth, the hair is black, old age when it turns white. Shena shel shachris is very bad. A person who sleeps away his youth, the time when he is agile, virile, he has power, koyach, to use that koyach for kedusha, for mitzvahs, for Torah, for teshuva, especially in battle against the Yetzer Hara. Waste that time until he gets old. He says, "No, I'm retired. I'll sit down to learn. I'll start doing mitzvahs." That's chas v'sholom, the waste of life. But sleep shat is Shena shel shachris. The sleep in the morning is no good because the morning is when a person is the sharpest. You should not waste it on sleep. Plus, of course, the fact that in the morning, as mentioned many times, there is a kiruv for a person to make sure that he davens on time. And he says Kriya Shema Bezmana. The person who passes that Zman, that Hashem, the Yechoy is always made, the person has committed a sin for which there is no return. That's a show. Very serious crime. Arizal testifies to the fact, states absolutely that no matter who the person is, no matter how great a tzadik he is, no matter what excuse, what reason he gives for it, no matter what hidden reason, to say something, Kabbalah, anything he says, he is making a mistake. The true fact is that nobody has any reason whatsoever to daven late. No one is permitted to pass these man for Kriya Shema. Therefore, when the din says that on Shabbos, not like during the week it's customary to get up a little later, because Shena Shabbos Tainik, when they get up too early in the morning, still the din warns. However, but this does not mean Chas Shalom too late. This means still before is man of Kriya Shema. And note that Many places on Shabbos they start davening at 9 o'clock, at 9:30. They go past as Zman Kriyas Shema. With this heter, they take a din out of context. They take the first half, ignore the second half of the sentence. Davening later, yes, but later means still before the Zman Kriyas Shema. Which means that during the week they should be much earlier. Or at least in any event, since Shabbos is holier, then surely not to Chas V'Shalom lose out on the mitzvah of Kriyas Shema on Shabbos. And as is known, Kriyas Shema, a person lays it before by itself to cover the Zman Kriyas Shema. Then he goes to shul and davens regularly. He still has covered only partially. It's a crippled kind of a Kriyas Shema because it's without the brachas before and after. This is the tzadik. We mentioned Zohar Kodesh says this Kriyas Shema referred to in the Tefillin. Tefillin Shalosh, you have only two shinim. One shin with 3 heads and one shin with 4 heads. These refer to the brachas of Kriyas Shema. The Tefillin state the Amunah and Hashem, as Kriyas Shema does. Tefillin show also the brachas of Kriyas Shema, a part of the Kriyas Shema. In the morning you have 3 brachas of Kriyas Shema, 2 before Kriyas Shema, 1 God Yisrael afterwards, and the night Kriyas Shema, you have 2 before and 2 brachas afterwards. Therefore, a person should see to it that the Kriyas Shema and the brachas of Kriyas Shema both are said b'zman. Especially on Shabbos, a person should zecher to always, during his whole lifetime, daven b'zmana, never to miss out on this man. We should be zecher to Malay, our tafkid, our mission, and our zman, to spend our time correctly, and be zecher to this man, will have a shekulei toiv. So we also with our eye, the Bias Mashiach can this for Mincha, we say the Anis Filosi. Before we take out the Sefer Torah, after Hashem will use the Anis Filosi, L'chol Hashem Eitz Ratzon, the kiruv of Chastecha. This posek is a posek in Torah, which refers to the statement by David HaMelech, who said, when you should look at the wonder, marvel of the Jews. You gave them a Shabbos Kodesh, a day of relaxing, close your business, stop working, relax, and eat. Eat and drink. It's a mitzvah to eat and drink on Shabbos. The Sudah Shabbos itself is a special mitzvah. Sholish Sudah, it's a mitzvah to eat more, a lot, drink a lot. So he gave the Jews this mitzvah. Imagine if they had time until now. Shabbos is nearly over at Mincha time, and other nations, the Havdil Goyim, where they have any chance and opportunity for their holiday to drink, and they're lying in the gutter. They're all drunk. They try to get together afterwards for any kind of a service, or any kind of an assembly. They would waddle in or roll them in. None of them with a clear what's left of their heads. Whereas the Havdil by the Jews, despite this mitzvah you gave them, look at the Kedusha, this you Hashem. Come to shul with a nigla of yiddah v'fachad, simcha. Everyone is completely sober, can daven before you. And therefore, this reason for this posek. This posek is said before Kriyas HaTorah, and if there is daven in a place where there's no Sefer Torah, the posek is still said. It's not said when there's no Kriyas HaTorah because of the day. For example, you have Ashrei V'Yotzion, Mincha on Yontif. Yontif, middle of the week, and we don't wait. Then you do not say this posek. That's before Mincha. After Mincha, the minhag is to say it's a koschot tzedek. 3 psukim is it koschot. Koschot kaharei, koschot kiruv, koschot tzedek. These 3 psukim, the Arizal says that the Seidim of Harei Kel, you see the difference between the Ashkenaz and Minig Sfarad. Minig Ashkenaz, they start with the posek koschot tzedek. Minig Sfarad starts with koschot kaharei. City you'll find it backwards. The real way to say it's koschot kaharei first, as the Minig Sfarad is, because this refers to these 3 psukim are called Tziduk Hadim. Tziduk Hadim, more or less known when a person is nifta, that is away, they come to the cemetery for burial. They say Tziduk Hadim, which means that they accept Dayanim, they accept the Matzdik Kedina themselves, they accept this as the will of Hashem. So it's sort of a eulogy, expression of mourning. This expression of mourning is said on Shabbos to Mincha because this is the time, at that moment, it's a time when the three tzadikim, greatest tzadikim, were nistalik. Moshe Rabbeinu, Yosef HaTzadik, and David HaMelech. All three were nistalik Shabbos to Mincha. Many Midrashim about the Shalom Moshe Rabbeinu, how he nistalik Shabbos to Mincha. The Gemara said that he wrote the same Torah on the last day of his life. This is the really portion that Tesis brings the Shabbos too. Some say it was done on Friday, the whole cheshbon. Some want to say that it wasn't on Shabbos. In any event, it's obvious from these statements that the Stalkus wasn't Shabbos to Mincha. The Arizal brings too, many times, Shas Raiva de Raiva. They gave forth the Neshama, they gave back to the Neshama at this holiest of moments of the week. Yotzush and Tzoynos, the most sacred moment possible. That was the time they installed as a Moshe Rabbeinu on Shabbos and Mincha. The Melech was installed on Shavuos, which that year came out on Shabbos. Yosef HaTzadik also. Therefore, we say these three psukim as a sign of sort of mourning. Therefore, too, it's mourning means the day when you're allowed to mourn. So this tefillah is compared to Tachnun. If it would have been a weekday, we would not say Tachnun. We do not say Tikkus. For example, let's say that Shabbos comes out of the Shchedesh. The Shchedesh comes out of Shabbos. Shchedesh comes out of Shabbos. On the Shchedesh you don't say Tachnun. Kol Shekin Yentei. Tikkus is not said then. Now, realizing too, this is Mincha time, not Shabbos. So the rule is that Tachnun is a rule. Those who say Tachnun to Mincha, the rule is that if the next day is a Yenta of any kind, Tachnun is not said, it starts with the Mincha of the previous day. For example, at the end of the Shchedesh, you say Tachnun in the morning. But Mincha time, you don't say Tachnun. Every Friday, you say Tachnun in the morning, you don't say Tachnun in the Mincha. Why? Because as long as tomorrow is already a Yenta, you don't say Tachnun, so it starts with the Mincha before. So therefore, let's say if the Shchedesh is not on Shabbos, the Shchedesh is on Sunday, which means it starts after Shabbos is over, still there's no Tachnun said, there's no Tikkus said, Shabbos to Mincha, because the next day is no Tachnun. This is the rule of Tikkus for these three tzadikim, Menachem Mendel Schneerson, which are the Gematria Tefillah, the Koyach of Tefillah, together, they brought the Koyach of Tefillah into the world, and they are the Inyan of first defense, Yisoid, and Malchus. The entire Kav, which is zeichet to do this kashrus, tzadikim and tiyim, to the koyach of tefillah, through the koyach of the Yerushalmi, and the Aharon, and the Shabbos Menucha, especially the Shabbos Rosenfeld, which is seen with the Torah, the coming of Shulchan, the Shabbos Kriyas, Sefer Torah, Shabbos Tzidva, eating the Sefer Torah on Shabbos. After Shabbos, we'll read the Sefer Torah. On Shabbos, we want to explain that Shabbos is the one day that you have the most kiruv, kiruv. You have to call up 7 people. Arizal, we would so take 2. Arizal says that the Shulchan is the sign, tells us number of Shulchan letters, the words of that posek tell us exactly the Halacha of how many people you have to call each time. First word Shema takes 3 letters, that's the regular Kriya, which means Thursdays, Shabbos, Mincha, and fast days. So it's 5 letters, so it stands for Yenteiv. Yenteiv, Pesach, Shavuot, Sukkot, Shona, call up 5 people for the same. Shem is 4 letters, it stands for Shchedesh, and Chalamayim you call it 4. Kedu, 6 letters, which they once a year, Kippur we call it 60. The best word Hashem Echad, 7 letters, that stands for Shabbos Kedesh, we have 7 too. So on Shabbos we have the most chiyuv through the wall. In addition, one thing we have on Shabbos which we do not have otherwise is that if you wish, you may add to the number of kiruv. Every other time, chiyuv to call no more and no less. You cannot call up more than 4 people in the Shkodesh. You cannot call up more than 3 people in a regular day. In Shabbos, you're allowed to call up more than 7. You would have this need for it. But in times when we have 5 kiruv, and we have a machlokes, the Rambam and the Rambam says that you're allowed to add more than 5 kiruv, just like on Shabbos. It's a holiday like Shabbos. It is a yom tov. But you can add because it's a simcha. You call it more if necessary. That says that you cannot call it more on yom tov at all, only on Shabbos. The Beis Yosef is the Sfardim, or like the Rambam. Therefore, by the Sfardim, it is permissible on yom tov to add only 5 kiruv. Well, it's difficult to add much because the Kriya yom tov is very short. But where there is a place to stop. Yom tov, according to the Sfardim, you are allowed to call up more than 5 people. They will say that. But our law, us is like that. So for us, it is definitely forbidden to call up more than 5 on yom tov. Kippur is considered the holy day, 6th. Then it then said that we possibly might allow calling up more than 6. We would have, but the fact is that these 6 kiruv, the kippur, the kriya, is portioned out in such manner where each one ends with the word slicha, kapora. If you wrong, to break that up, spoil the trend of slicha, pili, kapora, and kippur. Unless, if one heter is money talks, if he is sold for a high price, it is permissible then, even when you kippur to add the basic kiruv. There's so little space to do it that generally it's never done when you kippur. If Shabbos, Yom Tov comes out on Shabbos, Yom Tov falls on Shabbos, then, of course, it is that you surely are allowed to add to the 7. You think that on Shabbos, instead of 5, you have 7. But because of the fact that it's Yom Tov, doesn't make it any less of Shabbos. So you're allowed to add on Shabbos Yom Tov, even though it is Yom Tov, the Kriya, rather add more than 7. The Nachman is generally after the kiruv, which means there are 7 besides the Nachman, 7 or more. It is the Seder, the order, the Gemara says that the Kiddushtoi, the order is you must call up the Kohen first, and then the Levi, and then the Yisrael. That's the Mayim Chaim of Kelly. Kelly, Kohen, Levi, Yisrael, purity is in this cause in that order. Changed. This order cannot be changed ever, unless there is no Kohen in the Shul, and had these Luchas cases that we said before, you had weekdays, there was this discussion too. And if there's no Kohen, not like it's a shadow that would say, a lady comes before Israel or not. Well, it is that definitely the Halacha permitted to call Israel. There's no Kohen that you can call Israel instead of a lady. You're not required to call a lady instead of Israel. Some person will say that it's possible, it's better to call a lady too, before Israel. You don't have that chiyuv that you have when there is a kohen. When there is a kohen in shul, then you must call the kohen first. This must be such. And the shaila is what if the kohen is in our cars, and Israel the Talmud Bavly. After you come with that kohen, you give it a word before Talmud Bavly. I said, but what's naturally, you have to give it Talmud Bavly first, before the kohen. And it says because of like because every one will get into an argument. I'm a bigger Talmud Chacham than you. Each one will start speaking about that. So therefore, because of that, like we say nobody is Talmud Chacham. Kohen gets in the lead first, period. Even if he's the biggest Talmud or the biggest Talmud Chacham, you halacha is nowadays, many know that before Israel, we got it. Chachma doesn't count. The Chayil says that I would hate to be a Gabbai, but have to call it Kohen once before and Israel to the Chachma. Therefore, I said I wouldn't be a Gabbai issue. Not to have to remember that. It's minhag, and it's admissible, he says. It's admissible. Minhag, if you want to answer, what are you going to answer to the Torah? The Torah stands by and says, where's the, this is the Bizoyah for Torah. You call it on one as before. This is what the Chayil says, but Halacha Nicer is definitely there that Torah must go before a baby Israel is a shul. The Kohen and the Kohen cannot say, I'm willing to forgive my covenant. Follow my covenant, therefore call yourself first. The Kohen does not have the power to do that because it's not his covenant. The Chacham will be left with his covenant. They don't say, they don't say it's his Torah. He learned Torah, he was created. It's his covenant. The Kohen, not his covenant. He was born with it. It was given to him in the Shemayim. He cannot be left on that covenant. Therefore he must go before Israel. What he could do, if he's discreet, is he could walk out of shul, walk out of the room until after the Israel is called up. Once that Israel is called up, then the Kohen comes back and see. This is done by many Kohanim. This is done by a Kohen. We have one or two in shul, but we have a lot of them. They have a Kohen exiled before the Torah's reading the Torah. That's not covered to the Torah. Therefore, in a case like that, it's literally not possible. Second halacha is that you have to have the state of Kohen Levi Israel. Let's say on Shabbos you have 7 kiruv. What if you have a Kohen Levi Israel called up? After the Israel, you're allowed to begin rotating again. For the V, they call again a Kohen. So the rotation, Kohen Levi Israel for the 6 kiruv, with the 7 and after. This is again a machlokes. In spite of it is permissible not to have this notation. Nor, how many is that we do not call up a Kohen in the middle of a kriya at all. No way. From beginning to end, this beginning Kohen to Shmi, we do not call up a Kohen in the middle of a kriya. Kohen Levi, the rest must be all this thing is not there. The Aharon enough, there could be Kohen. It's hardly a Kohen again. But the middle ones, from the beginning point, must be a son. However, the Yisrael holds that you are allowed to make this, let it take the big Kohen Levi Yisrael every Shabbos. We have one exception in the year, it's in this Torah. Because there are so many aliyahs then, so after this, we'll take it. However, that in itself, just one more important word, is a very vital point, which we haven't spoken about past probably. We mentioned many times, of course, that the covenant I tell you that is in every letter in the Torah is holy. You have clear as a vav, that vav is Menachem, the hay is nothing. Whether it's shady, or whether it's shishi, or whether it's nothing. So a person who is egoist, a person who looks for cover, a person who is given an aliyah, say given a V, he wants shlishi. Or shlishi comes from the double. If he wants Aharon, he says with V, you're not going up. He's insulted. Because of a big machlokes. Whose cover is his own cover. Meanwhile, if he is shaving, they say Batela. He's calling this aliyah not fit for his cover, doesn't show. It's a very, very big deal. A person should know, never, aside from the Eden Gaiva, aside from the Gasruach, a person doing that, the gambling, which is bringing about the Avra. Yes, the covenant of faith is so great that a person should be aware, never to let that happen. Never to say, I'm too good for this kind of aliyah. Or why should I can get shlishi while I get the V? People don't know I got better with the V's than anyone else will. But you go to most shuls, you'll find that they give the V to the shamans, janitor, Jewish janitor, something like that, Schneider, shoemaker. You don't realize well the Hashivas of the Elias, each Elias Hashem. So there should never be not like this ever, like it's all Elias. That's one thing which I wasn't understood. Another point is actually because you were brought up better. Big balabas, they call him the balabata. The only small person in the shul is the dog. He's the little one. The other one's the big balabata. They're the ones that go for the big aliyahs, big fat aliyahs. So in cases where there are tremendous machlekes, it gets to actually to blows. The Gabbai is thrown off the bima, thrown out of the shul. There's a real thing. I've seen battles in my youth and good days of the walk of them today. Yet the reason was first with the type of an aliyah. I think the fat corporation while it was supposed to be here, we started to roar and we went wild, went berserk. What's worse is the balabas who gives his $3 a month in the shul started to see that he hasn't had the aliyah ready for 6 weeks. I would some of those shuls you have a few hundred people davening at the minute. How can you give each one aliyah every week or every other week? It's impossible. Even if you add, you make yourself this more than 7, you have 10, you have 15, you still can't get people in that often. So the shadow is, what should a person do about that normally? The answer is, all the stuff they used to say, much better, bigger mitzvah for a person, giving much more color to the Torah. He's quiet about it. He's not giving a meal saying for 2 months. He's quiet, doesn't say a word, rather than to say he wants the mitzvah and that before to say anything. Very cool. A case like that, probably was in this shul, in the yeshiva, right? Other shul had a aliyah for was good probably 2 months because they had the other people in the shul down here in Shabbos. And he suddenly realized that he had to have it. That's figured too. They said, must give me a aliyah. Have nobody more important. And nobody less. If you have anybody at all who hasn't had the aliyah yet, okay. But this thing is very careful in not to emulate those of who made an issue of it. So, what is the proper thing? There are some posek who say that a person should strive means not to fight, but to see if it's possible to get the aliyah once a month. That's considered a good record. Notice that better once a month, that includes, of course, weekdays and Shabbos. Gets once a month, he's yotzer, the holidays, he has to be covered, and it's nothing more. And if there's too many people in shul, you can't get it, the person should be quiet because Torah is shtika. Silence, and it's the biggest covered possible, biggest mitzvah possible. Baruch Hashem, we have here no problem with that. Everyone gets an aliyah once a month at least, twice a month, or sometimes more. And it's important to know that in case it does happen sometimes a person is on a malach, you can oversee someone. You think you got aliyah last week, you didn't, so the result is he'll get aliyah for every other week. He skips his turn and he comes out once in 4 weeks. Even if that does happen, you're still covered even by this most strict case. You get it once in 4 weeks, completely covered. The person should know never to make an issue over this message. An issue over what each aliyah he gets or how often he gets. This is the biggest mitzvah as far as the Torah is concerned. It's a cover that Torah is shown. You should never truly give cover to the Torah by fulfilling its mitzvahs, only the word Hashem, only Hashem, the endless. Thereby, the example to see, yes, Mashiach came to the Then the case of Torah, of course, applies to any time you lay. It is that we lay on Shabbos morning, and we lay on Shabbos afternoon, and again twice during the week. The Gemara says that the Jew should not have 3 days go by without listening to Torah. Again, the dinim of laying are such that we take out one sefer Torah, which we lay at least 7 kiruv, 7 aliyahs, and then we repeat the last one for the maftir, which does not count as part of the 7. Actually, there's a debate whether maftir is considered part of the 7 or not. If necessary, there are certain cases where emergency you could count the maftir as part of the 7. For example, if you have a mistake, he finished the sedra, and he put away the sefer Torah, so you can count the last one, says the after. It could be counted as part of the 7. We are supposed to call an Igab too. We said that Kohen goes first. You're allowed to call a Kohen Aharon. You're allowed to call a Kohen Maftir. Even though it's 2 in succession, you can never call one Kohen after another or one lady after another. That means, that would imply that the first Kohen was puzzled after you calling the second one. You can never call a Kohen Achar Kohen and lady Achar lady. Except in the case of Aharon Maftir, that's considered completely separated by the Kaddish, therefore you're allowed to call a Kohen after a Kohen, because there is a Kaddish. So note, there are certain times of the year, at least 3 possibilities of the year, we take out 3 sefer Torahs. Shabbos Cholik and Yom Shchodesh. We lay the first sefer, we read the Pasha, the 7th of the week, and then we're supposed to read 6 there. The second sefer Torah, we read the Pasha of the Shchodesh. The third sefer Torah, not the Hanukkah, which means that the second sefer Torah is part of the 7 kiruv. It's part of the 7 aliyahs. So we cannot say Kaddish after the first sefer Torah, only after the second one, and you cannot call a Kohen for the last aliyah of the first one, and then a Kohen for the aliyah of the middle one. The same thing applies to Shabbos Pasha Sachedesh or Pasha Shkol. So you take out 3 soil where you cannot call a Kohen after a Kohen for the first and the second, because those 2 soil are considered one single clear. If by some error the Gabbai called up a Kohen in the middle of the 7 aliyahs, a mistake, he thought it was Yisrael, he called it. So the Kohen is supposed to stand there, otherwise it would be very embarrassing. All he could go up and stand there and wait until it gets to the Aharon or the Maftir, and then he can take that aliyah. One more item, Shabbos. We lay 2 sedras. The minhag is to combine these sedras on the 4th aliyah. The Netzach combines the 2 sedras, which means the middle aliyah. The is the 4th one, and 7 you have 3 beginning and 3 and 1 in the middle. That 1 in the middle, the V, is the one that combines the 2 sedras, which in a sense is the same as the central candle of the menorah, which burned upright, 3 on each side, or it's like the Shabbos Kodesh in the center with 3 days the week before and 3 days afterwards. The combination of the 2 sedras should be filled with a V. If you're going to have 10 aliyahs, 15 aliyahs, Haysafas, all the Haysafas should be made on the second Pasha, not on the first. The first Pasha should be read directly straight through, filled with a V, which comprises the 2 Pashas, then you make all the Haysafas. You should be zeichet to learn Uman, Vasas, like Kayim, esteemed, Yerushalmi, paid on them. Okay, Shabbos case, I'll tell you the Shabbos. On Shabbos, we lay in a Pasha a week, and this makes out to covering the entire Torah in 1 year. Of course, there are more than 50 weeks in the year, 50 Pashas. 53 Pashas is called. Clearly, because it says Gan Pashas. Gan Eden, Gan 53 Parshas, and the portion is, the Kabbalah is actually it's 54. They answer a lot of different things, and they're very fascinating answers. Some say Nitzavi Vayelach are combined always, and if not so, it's called half Nitzavi, that's the word for it. Others say, others accept the primary answer that Gan Parshas, because we speak about the Parshas that are laying on Shabbos. The Zeis HaBracha is not laying on Shabbos. So that was not counted among the Gan Parshas, though there are 54. But for the sake of those years when there are less Shabbosim, so we combine certain Parshas. As we said, combining them, you lay in the fourth one is one that combines the two. Now, note that in Parshas Kisisa, the second Aliyah, the Levi, has the longest Aliyah of all the Sedras of the Torah. It says the reason for that is that Parsha deals with the whole story of the Ego HaZohar, how the golden calf was made, and the tefillas that Moshe Rabbeinu forgave for it. So because of the fact that the Levim took no part in this sin of the Ego HaZohar, therefore the whole Parsha is given to a Levi. The entire Parsha, the story of the Ego HaZohar, the component, everything is given to a Levi from the beginning to end. So that is why every attempt is made there. And if you have even a lot of chiyuv in the shul, people have the aliyahs or simcha, they try not to break up that aliyah. That whole parsha should be given to a lady without breaking up. In case of the direst emergency, emergency means only when you have a question of possibility of machlekes chas v'shalom. The shul, people will claim, they will scream, give the aliyahs. You don't get it, they'll cause a riot. Then you break that up, but as we said better, it shouldn't happen. The aliyah should remain solidly for a lady for this reason. Another case is also a little difficult item. The Parshas Masei, you have a Yisur, the Jews travel from this city, Vayachnu, the rest of this city. Yisur, Vayachnu, you have a continuity there of the Masois, the 42 journeys that the Jews made to the Midbar. There too, it then says clearly that the Arizal, that they should not break up the Masois, divided among two different aliyahs or more, because the Nun-Beis Masois are connected to Nun-Beis Shem Nun-Beis. Shem Nun-Beis, which is one of the ultimate Shemus of Hashem. Shem Nun-Beis refers also to the Bereshis, the creation. This Nun-Beis is 42, the Shem Nun-Beis, so therefore you're not supposed to be mafia to separate Hashem. You have to keep this Aliyah and Nun-Beis Masois together. Of course, that's difficult to understand in a sense because it is broken up by Shady. Shady ends in the middle of the Nun-Beis Masois. However, you very rarely, if ever, find that Matais and Masei are separated. Therefore, since they are one, there's no stop at Shady officially. Go on to Shlishi. Therefore, too, you don't find that they should be read even until Shady on Mondays and Thursdays. Since they're not separated, you don't find Parshas Masei read by itself. Yaakov by Matais is made Monday and Thursday. On Shabbos you have Matais Masei, and that next Shabbos is Zorim. So that's why this is something which is apparently it's been arranged so as to avoid this very same thing, not to separate the 42 Masois. And so too, certain other Parshas are made where they should not be broken up. There are a few mentioned here. I think it is to have Kavanah, having the Shleimus Abizim Yonah. We should be Zechut to be able to Hashem the Shleimus, unless we come on ourselves the Kedusha of every single word, every letter, every Teda Hagdesha, Nebra, the Mashlim, or all the Shumas, the Evia should be Emes, the Biznecha, the Sea, the Biznecha, the Place Shabbos, Dinam, Kiyat, the Shabbos. We said there are times when you have to lay 3 Svarim. They got 3 Svarim. That's, for example, Shabbos Chanukah, the Shchedesh, and it comes out in Shchedesh. You have the first Sefer is for regular Kriya, 6 Kriyan. The 7th one is for the Pasha of the Shchedesh, Shabbos the Shchedesh. And the Maftir is Chanukah. Also, Shabbos Pasha Shkolam, and Shabbos Pasha HaChedesh. So there you have a chance of getting 3 Pashas that comes out in 3 Svarim, not a Shchedesh. So in that case, you have 3 Svarim, and you say you lean in all 3 of them, but the Kriya is officially finished after the second Sefer. The Kaddish is always said when the Kriya is finished, before a Maftir. If there are only 2 Svarim in the shul, you haven't got 3 to go through, then you take the first Sefer for the first Kriya, the second Sefer you take for the second Kriya, you say Kaddish after it, you go back to the first Sefer to use it for a Maftir. You do not use the same Sefer, you don't go don't turn the second Sefer to the place of the Maftir, you go back to the first Sefer. Alternate from one Sefer to the next. Now, on Shabbos, as we explained thoroughly in the last year this week, that every posek in the Torah is Kodeshim. Every Pasha, every Aliyah in the Torah is Kodeshim. A person should never, as a shall, make an issue over which Aliyah he got. That's because that means he's putting his covet far above the covet of the Torah. As a shall, he's degrading a Pasha in the Torah. Nobody knows the real depth of each letter of the Torah, let alone a whole Pasha. That surely a person should never ever allow to enter his mind. But even if a person doesn't get an aliyah at all for a while, there too he should avoid machlekes. He should accept it passively, and later is the sense of tolerance, of patience, and not causing machlekes, and the mitzvah he would get with an aliyah. However, there are cases where there are chiyuv. A person is mechuyev to get an aliyah on a certain day. Chiyuv means he has a certain type of celebration, and he should get an aliyah that day. Now, if you have a number of chiyuvim, and as we said, there are some shuls where you have a few hundred people in the shul, and there are different chiyuvim, possibly in the same day, what is the order, which person is the greatest chiyuv of all, who should get an aliyah preference over others? Who has priority, and what is the order of that priority? This says that the first priority of all, let's say all are vying for the aliyah of maftir. The first one that is in line to get maftir is a chassan, either if that day is his wedding, at Shabbos, or if that it's the Shabbos before the chassan. In other words, the oifruch. Chassan at his oifruch takes priority over all other chiyuvim. Next to a chassan is only a bar mitzvah. That's a boy, and that week it becomes a mitzvah, who is simultaneously exactly the same as the chassan, same chiyuv as the chassan, and therefore a case where both are alike, and the only way to resolve that is if both are obstinate to draw lots. The only way to resolve by drawing lots of Gedol, or of course if one is more peaceful, more benign or kindly, then he will forego his covet, his chiyuv to the other. At least they are just about alike in chiyuv, chassan and a bar mitzvah one. Third in line is a tzadik, if on that day is the bris. If the bris is on that Shabbos, he is third in line of chiyuv, even before the father of the child. Tzadik comes first. Next is the chassan, who next, of course, is the father of a child that was born, either a boy or a girl, but only if the mother comes to shul that day. This is an unusual case. Here's a case where the mother comes to shul, be present at the saying of the bracha of the father, and then the father gets priority. Why should a mother come to shul then? Because there's a minhag, I got this by the way, that after birth, the woman should not go out of the house, should not go into the street, should not be seen in public until she first hears a bracha said in shul. So for that she goes to shul to hear the bracha, and then she's released to speak to God. After birth, she should hear. Minhag, it's not exactly that sharp a thing, but it's a minhag that woman should hear a bracha, and therefore we see proof from here that the father gets priority over others if the mother is in shul that day. The next one is a chas on the Shabbos after the wedding. And then the next one is a yortzeit. The person whose yortzeit is that day. Yortzeit means a father or mother after that day. So he's a chiv that it shows that the yortzeit will always scream that they have yortzeit after the yomid. That person is not that high up in line. After the yortzeit comes the father of a child. Father of a child whose bris is that day. To note how far the father of the child is compared to the Sunday. And then the yortzeit who has yortzeit in the coming week. When it's just during the week, he gets an aliyah on that day. And finally, the male on a day after this. These are the order of the chiyuvim. Again, most important, most vital, is the fact that, above all, if it's a question of a conflict, a dispute in shul, then far greater than the one who wins out and gets the aliyah, far greater the mitzvah goes to the one who bows, who surrenders his aliyah to the other for the sake of showing. His schus and his schar are way above all else. Because he is the one that really gives true cover to the Torah. There's also side chiyuv as a minhag, not a chiyuv. A minhag that when you have a guest who comes to shul to give him cover, give him aliyah, but he doesn't come anywhere near the priorities of the others. Also, the person who's going on a journey, before going out, the Shabbos before leaving, and also the Shabbos after his arriving from a journey, generally overseas or a long journey, he'll be away from the shul, that person gets a minhag to give him aliyah. These are the orders of the chiyuvim, and again we say that these chiyuvim are much more greater chiyuv to keep showing, which means effort to the true showing, and the showing that was brought to the world with the coming of Mashiach. Now we'll see the many mitzvahs from there. Okay, Shabbos case of Torah. What do you think you're supposed to call up? One who is a regular aliyah. We call that the call of one who is dafke a gadol, which means past bar mitzvah. Also, the balkoider, the one who lays, is not supposed to be a cut. It's supposed to be a gadol. Gadol is supposed to lay. Well, it's a disturbing, very disturbing item in the press. Shadow's brought the Morris edition about a certain Sephardic rabbi, a very big one, who has a son who's also a big one, Rabbi Nachman, and this Sephardic rabbi who dabbles in the Ashkenaz shul, the rabbi that was principal in the Ashkenaz school, dabbles in the Ashkenaz shul. He wanted to have his son should learn in bar mitzvah, learn the Pasha. So, in order to make certain he inquired, so he's brought some posek, he inquired out the posek hadid. He said that it is definitely forbidden for a Sephardi to learn in an Ashkenaz shul. Otherwise, the Ashkenazim means the way we pronounce it. Baruch Atah. Sephardim pronounce it Baruch Atah. Baruch Atah. The Sephardim learn differently. The Ashkenazim cannot be answered with the Havarah, with the accent of the Sephardim. This was his Halacha, that's how he writes in the Sefer. And therefore, this was accepted naturally, so the boy could not learn. Instead, he gave him a simple task. He had him learn through Masechta Yuma, and make us see him his mitzvah. It's a historic event, but this is what should make a see with a stuff like that. It's one of the hardest Gemaras out. It's not a short Gemara. So it's a nice article, but this item, though, sort of affects us in a way. We have we are going to speak with an Ashkenaz accent, have about Friday, Friday, according to this psak, this, all these months and years, besides the fact that it's on Friday, of course, its reason is that naturally changing the sound of the word at times when the actual translation of the word is changed too. The question is, we have to rectify the past, what to do in the future. The answer is that we know nothing, right? We're all unknowledgeable. We know that we have no doubts whatsoever. Like Moshe Feinstein, we have just what we see from already. And that is that we have seen in itself that there's a complete mixture of Sephardim and Ashkenazim, especially when you go into the Shulchan and you have a Sephardim leaning for Ashkenazim, there was never this question brought up there. Since we have a meaning that we daven and learn according to the meaning of Eretz Yisrael, Ma'ariv and so forth, therefore we are part of it. We catch ourselves in the center of Eretz Yisrael, and that is not our heter, but that's the halacha which therefore will not relieve or release our Torah from leading on the Yerushalmi basis. Of course, we said you have to have a double. So that's, I brought this up because it is a surprising, let's say, a frightening item. I think that there exists a shiloh about this, and actually it does. It is brought other places. There is a shiloh other places yet. However, the greatest achlas of halacha is shirush. We see this being done. The Baruch Hashem, Yerushalmi this way. Now, after the Kriya, after the Shiva kiruv, 7 we call it Shabbos, and then we have the maftir is called up. This maftir is not considered part of the regular kiruv, and therefore there is a Kaddish said after the 7 before the maftir to show the Kaddish completes the regular kiruv. We'll continue the study of maftir, dinner maftir next year. Let's hope that we are zeichet to follow according to halacha. The full mitzvahs in the Torah of the Shlemus, zeichet to see me and read it, and be as to attend the Amen. Hey Shabbos, Kriyas HaTorah, the dinner of maftir, after the Kriyas HaTorah, after at least 7 krun, called maftir, then said we have Torah afterwards. So between the kiruv and the maftir there is a Kaddish. Kaddish, if there are 2 sporim, you place both sporim on the table. If there are 3, you place the last 2. Now, the reason for the maftir is, why is a person called maftir in general? Why aren't we satisfied to finish the seder with 7 or more, but that's it? The answer is that at one time, in case incident occurred where the Malchus of the Shah, the evil government, the empire that against the Jews, issued a decree: there shall be no more learning Torah. No more learning Torah, no more learning Torah. Torah was forbidden. So the Chachamim then, the second, the way that coming instead of the Torah, which they couldn't learn, they should learn the Nevi'im, nothing, which would take the place of the Torah. Nevi'im too, every aliyah must have a minimum of 8 sukkot. Some consider being less than that. Therefore, they had the Kriya was done with Navi, Sefer Navi. They called up 7 people to the Navi. They made the same bracha, with the brachas before and afterwards. This was done in order that they knew eventually this decree would become void. People shouldn't forget the meaning that there is to wait. They didn't have to have case of faith. They had this meaning then, that period, the interval of time, when they had the Haftarah, the maftir, the Haftarah was read, the Navi was read, and it had the same look like a regular Tikuney Zohar. When the Zayda became Latel, was voided, Chachamim said that Minig Yisrael is Din, Halacha, and that's supposed to be at the Minig of the hand, and therefore the Minig was kept up. It was, Navi was doing. It was in effect that the Navi corresponds to the 7 kiruv. That's why the Eric, the Navi, is supposed to have at least 21 psukim, correspond to the 7 kiruv, 20 psukim each. The only time it has less than 21 psukim is if it's a parak that comes to an end. So if parak itself in Navi has, let's say, 10 psukim, whatever, then it's okay. But if it's a long parak, and they want to cut it up, you cannot cut it in less than 21 psukim. So the cause and effect too, that the Maftir